Okay, today we got something fun. I'm going to do a reading today. I haven't done one in a while. I want to get back to it. The month of October, basically. It just, I like to keep it all to Halloween and stuff, so that's why I didn't get all my other stuff out, so now I'm getting caught up on all my videos that I have piled up and the ones that I want to do. But Cheap Comic Collector had a video from a while back. I like going back and looking at people's old videos. And I seen him showing this one off. And I'm like, oh, if you still have that, I'd love to buy it from you. And he didn't find it at first, but then later on he came across it. So I was super happy. I don't care about the condition. And it's not in too bad a condition. It's still together. And the staples are still working and stuff. Just a little curling, some writing and stuff. No big deal, but this image, I took this image and then added some other images to it. I mean, basically, if you can imagine, I gave the picture to an artist friend that wanted it. So I don't have it for an example, and I don't know how to take pictures off my computer and throw them on a video while I'm doing it. I'm not technologically smart enough to do that. So just so you can imagine, behind Beetle Bailey here, I have a wave getting ready to crash over his head. So that way he doesn't get hit in the head or anything. Behind that wave is Snoopy on a surfboard. So that way Snoopy will go ride the wave and go over the top of Beetle Bailey. And then on this side, it comes up to the shore. And you got Hagar the Horrible standing there with his big old beer in hand, just enjoying the sights, looking out in the ocean. You got Eddie next to him, jumping up in the air, freaking out, because he's like, Beetle, look out, you're going to get hit by someone on a surfboard. So I just thought it was a cute design, so I did that using this image. I love this image, how the turtle and Beetle Bailey both look like they got a army helmet on. So, just, yeah. But, let's check this out, see what we got, what kind of fun we have. We have a single page with Beetle's buddy here. Yeah. No matter what the captain's order says, I'm not going to take them down. He's got a bunch of pinup gals hanging on the wall, but that's going to probably get him in trouble with Sarge or the captain. What are you doing? Beetle says. Sewing dresses. Like, they look like doll dresses. Yep, dresses for dolls. The captain says all the pinups have to be fully clothed. So, yeah, he puts little dresses on all the pinups so you can keep the pinups on the counter. Voices are going to be terrible, and they'll be all over the place too, probably. Alright, we got Beetle Bailey, Crisis at Careless Creek. Starting out with Sarge and his dog. Why can't I think of his name? I got Oslo in my head. Oswald. Dang it. But yeah, they're sitting there and a dog comes in, starts barking at Sarge's dog. Where did you come from? Same place as me, Careless Creek. Who are you? Pappy, Ord, Mayor, Sheriff, and Captain of Militia. I come to give you fair warning. Better listen real good. Stop maneuvering your army all over Careless Creek. You're scaring the daylights out of our cows, mules, chickens, and women folks. And we don't like it. Now, I realize this is from 1965. May, so it would have been 5 years before I was born, because I was born in May of 1970. Make sure that I'm right about that. I better whip my glasses out here. Yeah, this is issue number 49, May of 1965. All right. Are you threatening us, the U.S. Army? That's right. Just let your soldiers set foot in our countryside again, mister, and it means war. If you know what's good for you, you'll stay out of Careless Creek. Woof! Forget it, Sarge. The old coot must be loony. Yeah, population 249, what could they do? All units will participate in our maneuvers tomorrow. Yes, sir. We will capture the peaceful little town of Careless Creek. Halt! Somebody has put up a roadblock. And yet, a sign on the roadblock that says, "This is your last chance to turn back." What's this prank? Get the demolition squad up here. On the double. Yes, sir. Advance. There goes the roadblock, Pappy. They're moving into our town. This means war. Lukey, do you reckon that the enemy is within range? Yes, sir, Pappy. Considering the wind drift, that ought to do it. They launch a big old, it almost looks like a big old turd cannon ball. Not sure what it's made up of, but didn't look too pretty flying through the sky. Yahoo! Good shooting, Pappy. Landed directly on the colonel. Bunch of purple stuff splooshing around him. Oh, what hit me? A gunny sack full of mushy overripe berries, sir. You mean these hillbillies have declared war on us for trespassing? Yes, sir. They mean business. What a predicament. I can't shoot at our own people, and if I retreat, I'll be the laughing stock of the army. That tank firing blanks may throw a scare into them. And there it is, shooting off the tank with empty rounds, try and scare the hillbilly folk. I declare, that iron monster can't hit nothing. Looky there. It stopped by the tree. Smack dab under a hornet's nest. Right, nice of them to leave the lid up. They shoot the tree branch, drop the hornet's nest right into the tank, which stupidly had the lid open the whole time they were driving around. Ow! Hornet! I'm stung! Help! Yow! Great Scott! Our tank is running away like a scared rabbit. It's out of control. Come on, Pages. You can do it. One of our tanks is in trouble. Go and find it, Sergeant. Yes, sir. Wake up, Beetle. Jelly Belly wants us. Beetle's sleeping as usual up against a tree. Let's go, you guys. We got a job to do for the general. Okay, we're ready now. What? Keep your eyes open and your mouth shut, and we'll outsmart these hillbillies. Ooh, a bug went down my neck. Quiet. Golly, look at that crazy tree. It must be sick. Yeah, it's all hung over. Never mind the tree. Keep looking for tank tracks. Whoop. The one character gets his leg caught, gets flung from the tree into a giant mud pit, looks like. It almost looks like a tar pit, but I'm guessing a mud pit. Booby trapped. I was booby trapped. Damn it. That's keeping the old eyes open, Sarge. Oh, shut up and take that stupid camouflaging. Take off that stupid camouflaging. You're not fooling anybody. We've still got to look for that tank. Help! Help! Save me! Hey, look. My gosh, that kid must have fallen off that cliff. We've got to save her. Hang on, posse. Don't let go. Posse? What a name. Is that short for possum? Oh my gosh. We have to do something quick. What can we do? Pray is about all. I'm going for help. Tell that little girl to hang on for dear life. My arm is terrible tired, Pappy. I can't hold on any longer. Help is coming, Posse. You mustn't let go. Yahoo! Here comes Beetle now. You'll be safe and sound in just a few seconds, little girl. Glory be! That soldier boy saved one of us. Golly! Hooray for the U.S. Army! Soldier, I'm much obliged to you for saving little Posse's life. Thank the Army. Their portable rocket belt made it possible. Posse says for me to call off our war, and I'm agreeing with her. You boys must be hungry. Have some fried chicken. Oh boy. Look who showed up. We smell fried chicken. Golly, maybe someday we'll read about this little war in a history book. Yeah, all about how General Half-Track solved the crisis at Careless Creek. The end. Yeah. Such simple times. Alright, Beetle Bailey in Patience Pending. Yipe! Help! We're being invaded from outer space! Sorry I startled you, General. Oh, Captain Dobbins. I just came over to show you our new high-pressure suit we're testing. It works all right. It sure brought up my pressure. What else have you got in that testing laboratory? We're running tests on a lot of interesting gadgets. Care to come over and take a look? Take a gander? The wonderful thing about our country is the way people keep coming up with new ideas, new inventions. Yes, and no matter how crazy the idea seems, you have to teach each one so that you don't pass up a good one. Wait till you see this one. I've got a plan here that'll make 'em cheer. Even the smallest idea has, hold on, I've got another one. What goes on here? You two are supposed to sweep the floor. Looks like Beetle and his buddy are playing around with stuff they shouldn't. It's going to get them into some mischief, of course. Yes, sir. We'll get started right away. Started? You should have been finished 2 hours ago. And what's that you're holding behind your back? This? Oh, I was just inventing something. What is it? Well, you know how we GIs use our helmets to wash in on bivouac. Well, we just fixed it up so it would really do the job. See? Faucets, drain, and everything. And you can still wear it on the head. Well, I'll be. You like it? we got some others too. How do you like my idea for PX camouflage suit? A what? It has shelves and things painted on it so we could hide out in the PX without being seen by the Sarge. Another way for them to hide while they're sleeping. We figure that everybody invents things to win wars, but no one ever invents anything to make life easier for the private in peacetime. I never thought of that. Anything else? Yeah, close your eyes, killer. You can demonstrate the next one. 2 white discs with blue dots on them. What for? Watch. Fake eyes, so that you can sleep during boring lectures. I can do without the sound effects. This killer's sleeping away there. And here's another idea from a uniform. It's a pre-wrinkled uniform for enlisted men. It's supposed to look this way. Now every man can pass inspection, no matter how terrible he looks. I think that's going to get you some extra laps of running to do. Think of the hours of ironing saved. We officers would look better by comparison too. Pretty good. You haven't seen anything yet. You know how hard it is to keep men in step when we're marching? Some guys can't tell their left foot from their right. Well, why not paint left and right on their shoes? Some of the men I've dealt with would probably get the wrong shoe on the wrong foot. If you know what rifle you had with the bent barrel, which shoots around corners, and you know that rifle you had with the bent barrel, which shoots around corners? Of course, I know it. What have you done with it? I improved it. I put a few more bends in it, in case there are stairs around the corner. I've seen enough. But wait, you haven't seen our plans for a helium-filled suit to make hiking easier on the feet. Enough, I told you. But wait till you see our knee pads with rollers on them to speed up the scrubbing. Enough! Well, have you decided whether they're geniuses or just plain crazy? Nah. What I'm worried about is they can invent faster than I can test. Alright. Yeah, a little top secret drawer thing here. Looks like a little story about some characters. We're not going to read that one. Yeah, Vinny the Vet. This is reprinted by popular demand. Aged in the Woods. Alright. Vinny, I've got a special assignment for you. Great! The newspaper has invented a 90-year-old hermit to visit the big city. The old geezer hasn't been out of his cave in 40 years. He calls himself Nature Lover Boy. Spend the day with him and write down his comments on the big city. It ought to make a nice little story. You'll have an expense account, so don't be afraid to show him a real good time. You bet, Chief. As long as you don't spend more than $12. Oh. $12 was a lot back then. It was probably what, like 100 nowadays. There he is. He must be all tuckered out after that long train ride, poor soul. I'll have to plan a nice quiet day for him. Hello, old timer. I'll take your bags. The heck you will. I've heard about you city slickers. I get lots of practice wrestling with bears in my living room. Help! Police! What's the trouble here?
Nothing, officer. I'm just getting an interview. By jingies, you must be that newspaper fellow they sent to meet me. I'm powerful sorry. You're right. You're powerful, all right. Come along, Mr. Nature Boy, Nature Lover Boy. I'll show you some of the sights. Delighted. So this is the big city. Showing them the subway. By gum, they live in some mighty fancy caves around here. I'd like to see how these rich folks live in these luxury apartments. Wait, come back. Those are subway tunnels. Mama! Getting chased by a train. Poor old codger must have been ground to bits in there. They're not bad little apartments, but a mite drafty every so often. He's alive! Well, we'll go out in the daylight where I can keep an eye on you. Suits me just fine. Well, so this here is the famous Flatiron Building. Mighty impressive. Acme Piano Movers Box. Tell me, old timer, what's your impression of all these automobiles? I can't rightly say until I get a closer look. Look out, Mr. Nature Lover Boy. Cars are whipping around him, crashing by him, and he's not getting harmed in any way, shape, or form. Well, from the looks of it, I'd say the old hoss and buggy was a darn sight easier to steer. Benny's been with that hermit all day now. I hope this big city swirl isn't too much for the old codger. After all, he is 90 years old. It's Vinny on the phone, Chief. Oh, good. What? You need an oxygen tent and adrenaline shots. He wants us to rush over to his apartment with some oxygen. I was afraid the strain might be too much for the old boy's ticker. Are we too late? No. You came just in time, Chief. I feel better already. That old hermit had my blood pressure up 160 points. So much excitement. Old codger's out lifting a 1,000-pound barbell out back. Some little Beetle Bailey stuff here. A statement of ownership, management of circulation. That's actually kind of interesting. Yeah, this was for September 28th, 1964 for a Beetle Bailey. Quarterly is the frequency of the issue. Total numbers of copies for the net press run back then. Average numbers of copies each issue during preceding 12 months was 361,168. Single issue nearest to filing date was 354,949. To term subscribers by mail, carrier, or by other means was 1,498. The free distribution, including samples by mail, carrier delivery, or by other means was 225,675 copies. Wow. Total number of copies distributed. It says 227,855. If you ever wanted to see some distribution history, that's some interesting stuff you can read up in there too. A bunch of other stuff in there. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got Yeah, we can whip through this Beetle Bailey story too yet, which is also reprinted by popular demand. Hey Beetle, did you see this? Nah, I never read the bulletin board anymore, or never read the bulletin board anymore. Nothing but bad news. Well, you can read it today, boy. You were promoted to corporal. There must be some mistake. Look for yourself. Read it to me. I couldn't stand the shock of seeing it. It says promotion list. Your name is fourth. What do you mean fourth? My name is Bailey. I know, stupid. I mean your name is fourth on the list. Number 4. Hooray! Yahoo! Now don't go getting chicken. Did you hear Beetle made corporal? Is that what that was? It sounded like an air raid siren. This means Army is going to the dogs. And I'm going over the hill. A gross of stripes, but why do you need so many? Well, I want to sew them on my undershirts and my pajamas. Good gosh! It's a wonder you aren't sewing them on your socks. Hey, that's a good idea. Give me a dozen more. Sergeant Snorkel, what's this I hear about Bailey being promoted? That's the first I heard of it, sir. Here's the list you made up with his name on it. What? It's got a promotion list. Corporals were Piccolo, Meek, Durant, and Bailey. And then it looks like Rec was Williamson, Wood, Stark, McKay, and Pullard. But Captain, there must be some mistake. I'll say there is. He must have been on my mind and I typed his name in there. You mean you must have been out of your mind. You made too many mistakes around here lately and this one's the last straw. It was an honest mistake, Captain, sir. I'm going to break you to private and put you in Bailey's squad. Please, Captain, not that. Get over to the barracks and scrub the floor, Private Snorkel. Yes, sir. Crying away, going to do chores. Beetle's the cause of all this. Hey, do you see what I see? No, stripes! Oh, Daddy, it's a dream come true. Have you ever seen such a baggy-looking private in your whole life? What a character. I'll have you court-martialed for this, Beetle says after Sarge dumps a bucket of water, mop water over his head. Poor Sarge. Poor Beetle. Now he's got the responsibility of keeping Sarge in line. Did you ever see such sloppy duck walking? He hasn't had much training in this sort of thing. See that he does. A few push-ups and then have him run around the area 100 times. I'm going up and take a nap. The responsibilities of leadership are sure tiring. Responsibility is a heavy responsibility. That was just me. That wasn't written in the book. I just rant on about stuff. Hey, Beetle. He's through. A nice cold shower and he'll be ready to go again. But my clothes. We can't waste time changing clothes. You got work to do. Stand him up at attention. Pull in that stomach. Huh, where's he going to pull it? Beetle's gonna pay for this. I have a list of jobs for you to do. I never thought I'd enjoy army life so much. Sarge is working away, cleaning boots, doing dishes, building up a big old sweat. I wish I were an artist. That would make a beautiful picture. I don't feel so good. Excuse me. What you need is a little fresh air. He's getting off easy. Look how much more you had to dig when he used to make you carve out a hole for him. You heard me. I said pick up all the dirt. You left a dirty pebble over there. The Beetle always pushes the limits. I gotta have a swig here. Swig of water. Throat's getting a little raspy. But yeah, Beetle's just pushing the limit. As he does. Which is gonna make his punishment way worse in the end. Alright, back up here. Sarge is throwing the garbage out. I never thought I'd see old Sarge handling garbage. He handles it well, don't you think? He makes a good guard, too. Yeah, nothing can get past him. He's so fast. They're so fat. So fast. Sloppy job at cleaning up in here, though. He's probably wearing out. Maybe I should give him a rest before he does it over. Hey, Sarge, you can sit down and spell and hey, Sarge, you can sit down and peel some potatoes. And here's some army books to read while you're resting. Looks at the books. Army books. Sure, you want to get ahead in this army, don't you? You sure have him sweating, Beetle. We gotta get busy on another list of work for him. I'm running out of ideas. Maybe you should let up on him a little, Beetle. Let up? Yeah, he's been a good sport about this. You don't want to carry your joke too far. I guess you're right. I lost my head. I've been too rough on him. I think I'll go and apologize. Where are those training schedules? Yes, sir, Colonel. I'm trying to get those reports out. But things are a little mixed up here. Captain, what am I supposed to do about this statement of charges? I don't know. Ask Sergeant Snorkel. I did. He says he don't know nothing about nothing. We'll see about that. Sergeant, come in here. Did you say Sergeant, sir? Yes. Where are those schedules and that report to the Colonel? And he needs me? How could you leave in such a mess? Leave me in such a mess. Where have you been? I'll be right back. I'll go. Tell him now what a good sport he's been. He's looking for you, Beetle. Who? You know who? He's a you-know-what again. Tisk, tisk. He should have opened the door before he went through it. Aren't you ever going back? I'll give him a year or two to cool off first. That's it for Beetle. Hiding in the cave, hoping not to get punished, but he'll get caught. And he had all these funky prizes back in the day. He used to sell stupid postcards, try and get enough things to earn some of these prizes, but it was outrageous amounts of postcards. And well, this one was selling seeds. I think we sold a variety of different things. I think we sold comics at one point, magazines and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a little reading of Beetle Bailey.
It was fun. I'm so happy I got this one because of this cover. Again, the cover had nothing to do with any inside stories, but this is a important cover to me to get my hands on. So it's in rough shape, but still holding together, and that's all I care about. So I know the voices were bad. My throat is raspy. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll get back with more readings of old comics sometime soon. Alright, keep following Under the Cull of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes, and we'll be back with more. If you want to check out our group video, you can check out Crimson Cull Comic Club, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.